Okay, I welcome 15th video of machine design 1. So till now, last video we discussed about theories of failure. Theories of failure, how many theories of failures are there? First thing is 5 theories of failures are there. First one is that maximum principal stress theory, we are also known as Rankin's theory. And second one is that maximum shear stress theory, that is called as Guest and Tresca's theory. And third one is that maximum principal strain theory, and also known as Venant's theory, Sen-Venant's theory. Another one is that total strain theory, that is called as Huygens theory. Okay, Huygens theory. Next one is that, last one, maximum distortion energy theory, that's Von Miska criteria and Henke's theory. Okay, these are the 5 theories of failures. So first one we discussed, that is that condition is that the principal stress is greater than failure stresses, that is sigma yt and syt and sut. So sigma 1 is always positive, then how that stresses are there? Yield and tensile stress. Okay, sigma 1 is negative, means yield compressive stresses, that is yield tensile stresses. Okay, that we've seen it. Okay, now we will go for another theory, that is called as maximum stress theory. Maximum stress theory. So what is the condition for maximum stress theory is that maximum shear stress induced at a critical point under triaxial combined stress, that is equal to yield strength in shear under tensile test, So absolute shear stress maximum is greater than, so stress yield stress, or it is yield tensile stress is 50%. So absolute shear stress is greater than half of the yield tensile stress, that is that. So unknown, therefore use of sigma yt. Okay, now what is the condition for maximum shear stress theory? Maximum principal stress theory, we can make some of conditions for safe design. At this same line, now we are going to assuming that here condition for what is the safe design. So what is the condition for safe design is maximum shear stress induced at a critical tensile point under triaxial combined stress less than or equal to permissible shear stress. Permissible shear stress. We are going to showing that tau shear stress. Okay. Permissible shear stress. Now we will see that mathematical equations. So where permissible shear stress we defined over there, here that permissible shear stress we are defined yield strength in the shear condition, tension test and factor of safety. So yield strength in shear under the tension test is the ratio of factor of safety. So permissible shear stress is the ratio of yield strength in shear under the tension test to the factor of safety. That we are going to denote it by, see here, stress, yield shear stress, shear yield stress to the factor of safety. So that we can write it as, that is yield tensile stress is not half, double of the n. That is the double of the n. Means this is the ratio of permissible stress is the ratio of yield tensile stress to the 2n multiplied by factor of safety by 2. So that is called as permissible shear stress. So now we can define as absolute shear stress, means absolute maximum shear stress. Absolute maximum shear stress will be there. So what is that one? SYT divided by 2n. SYT divided by 2n. For triaxial state of stress, we can say as that. So here, larger of modulus sigma 1 minus sigma 2, sigma 2 minus sigma 3 divided by 2, and modulus of sigma 3 minus sigma 1 divided by 2. So that is equal to yield tensile stress divided by the multiplication of factor of safety by 2. So that is all what sigma 1, sigma 2, sigma 3 are principal stresses in one direction, second direction, and third direction. Okay, that is that larger of. Another we can write it as same thing, sigma 1 minus sigma 2, sigma 2 minus sigma 3, and sigma 3 minus sigma 1 less than or equal to SYT by n. Why? Because this 2 is cancelled in the downside. So for that we are going to directly writing that this all principal stresses differences are less than or equal to that yield tensile stress to the factor of safety. Yield tensile stress to the factor of safety. So this principal stresses is that the ratio is equal to SYT divided by n. We can say that is our mathematical relation. So biaxial. In that biaxial, we are going to taking principal stress in the third direction is 0. Is that 0? This is only two directions, and the third direction is that midpoint. Over there is no point, means there is no any direction. So that far we are going to considering, and we are going to neglecting that sigma 3 means direction 3. So over there what it is modulus of sigma 1 by 2 or sigma 1 minus sigma 2 divided by 2, or it is less than or equal to SYT divided by 2. S divided by YT divided by 2n. Now we will see another equation 2. Sigma 1, modulus of sigma 1 is less than or equal to sigma YT divided by n when sigma 1 and sigma 2 are like in nature. Equation 2. Sigma 1 minus sigma 2 is less than or equal to sigma YT by n when sigma 1, sigma 2 are unlike in nature. Equation 3. So we can note it, maximum stress, shear stress theory and maximum principal stress theory will give that same results because of ductile materials and uni-state directions. So for that, the principal stresses are like in nature. So that both that we are going to applying for that only ductile materials, not for other materials. So this theory is suitable for ductile materials and give oversafe design, safe and economic design. Uneconomic design means this theory is suitable for ductile materials and gives oversafe design, safe and uneconomic design. Okay, that is the thing. And next we will see that maximum principal strain theory. So maximum principal strain theory, what is our condition? What is that maximum principal stress strain theory is denoted by eta 1 is greater than yielding stress, yielding strain under the tensile strength. That is our condition. So now we can write it in mathematical representation. Eta 1 is greater than or SYT divided by Young's modulus, modulus of elasticity. Okay, E is that Young's modulus or modulus of elasticity. So where condition for safe design is that in this maximum principal strain theory, maximum principal strain is less than or equal to permissible strain. Where the permissible strain is ratio of yielding strain to the under tensile stress and factor of safety. Okay, that is that safe design principle. Means the theory is going to be within that limit only the theory can applicable. After that it can't be applicable. So now we can see that one more condition for total strain energy theory. Total strain energy theory. What is that condition? Condition is nothing but a total strain energy theory per unit volume only we are going to taking. Not for entire desired component. For unit volume only it is applicable. That is greater than that strain energy per unit volume. Means total strain energy per unit volume is greater than strain energy per unit volume at yield point. Here is unit volume, over there unit point. Then only that condition will be satisfied for safe design. See that figure. We can easily see that with this diagram we can easily find out. See that here total strain we are going to stress in one direction, strain in one direction. So strain energy we are going to calculate strain energy per unit volume. So that elastic limit is equal to half into sigma E into stress Young's modulus, stress in Young's modulus in strain. Both we are going to considering over, sir, and we represented over there. So next, last one is that maximum distortion energy theory. Maximum distortion energy theory. What is that condition? Maximum distortion energy theory or volume is greater than distortion energy or volume at yield point. Okay. Condition for what is that condition for safe design? That is a maximum distortion energy per unit volume is less than or equal to distortion energy or volume at a yield point under tension test. Okay, that is the thing. So now you can calculate all the things. Okay. Now you see that this is sigma 1 minus sigma 2 whole square plus sigma 2 minus sigma 3 whole square and sigma 3 minus sigma 1 whole square is less than or equal to sigma t by n whole square of 2 whole square. So biaxial stress sigma 3 is equal to 0. So equation to be satisfied. So all these equations means semi-major axis for ellipse is under root of 2 into SYT. So semi-minor axis under the ellipse under root of 2 by 3 SYT and the equation under the ellipse. This theory is not suitable under a hydrostatic stress condition. So this theory is best theory is for failure ductile materials. It gives the safe and economic design. Ration of SYS, SYT by using theories of failure. So under the pure shear state stress, sigma 1 is equal to tau, sigma 2 is equal to tau. But what is the tau? We are going to find out how. That's a 16d divided by pi d cube. So sigma ys can also be obtained by applying theories of failure for pure and shear state of a stress condition. When yielding in shear occurs under pure shear state of stress, tau is equal to shear stress is equal to stress under yield, shear stress under yield. So that is that shear stress under shear stress, yield shear strength, that is that yield strength of shear. Okay, this condition we can know that when yielding in shear occurs under pure shear state of stress. Okay. So you can write this evaluating by this twisting movement. Okay, a bending movement to that and a twisting movement. So how it will be theories, how it will be that theories will be there, we can see that. So theory of failure, well, okay, we designated so many three theories of failures we written. Okay, in this three theories of failure. So what is that bending moment, equivalent bending moment, as well as a twisting moment? So both the equations we can see now. I tabled, you can see that directly. Maximum principal stress theory. So it is applicable for ductile materials. So here is maximum shear stress theory. It is also applied for ductile materials, as well as the maximum distortion energy theory. It is for ductile materials as well as other materials, ductile and non-ductile materials. So ME is equal to, then bending moment ME is equal to, for MPST, half into M plus under root of M square plus 2 square, that is equal to pi divided by 32 d cube into d cube into sigma permissible shear stress. So TE is equal to twisting moment. TE is equal to under root of M square plus T square, that is equal to pi by 16 d cube shear permissible shear stress, that is equal to MD into ET. So that is maximum bending moment for maximum distortion energy theory. It is applicable for this equation only. So that here under root of M square plus 3 by 4 T square, that is equal to pi by 32 d cube permissible shear stress into permissible shear stress. So now we will see that normal stress equations. So normally we are subjected to one component. What it is going to be happening? This is one direction. Principal stress is one direction. That is x direction. This is xy directions. Okay. Now we will see that some more equations for applicable theories of failure. What is that sigma t? Sigma t means, what is that? Normal shear stress. Normal stress. Okay, normal stress equations. What is that applicable? Normal stress is equal to half into sigma x into plus under root of sigma x square plus fourth of x square whole square. That is equal to SYT divided by M. MSST is equal to sigma t is equal to, means the principal normal principal stress is equal to under root of sigma x square plus 4 tau xy square, that is equal to SYT by M. So factor of safety will be there always. If that factor of safety will not be there, it's no meaning of design of a component. Another one is MDET. So MDET means sigma t, that is equal to under root of sigma x square plus 3 tau xy square plus is equal to SYT by M. Okay, that is the thing. So shape of safe boundaries for theories of failure. Graphical representation of safe boundaries. Why we are going to check that whether the dimensions of the component are safe or not. That's why we are going for this graph. Okay. So in this one is the undergo loading conditions. So I told very clearly at the starting of this video, 2-3 videos only, I am telling that only 2 stresses we are going to considering for failure of this thing. The 2 stresses are within the limit, there is no problem, but it is a safe component. That the component is, say that it is a safe component for design. So as per the theories of failure, the ductile materials will be there. Compressive yield stress is equal to negative sign of yield tensile stress. Yield tensile stress. That we have to note it, that point. For safe design. See here also we can see that MSST hexagon. How that hexagon will be there, how many principal stresses is there, we can see that. So top also we can see that tensile stress. Okay, both the diagram we can observe. That is the MPST, that is a square. This is that hexagon. MPST hexagon, maximum shear stress theory. In this hexagon, how this safe conditions to be there, calculated and represented. So see that here is that MDET, maximum distortion energy theory. For we applied for, here is ellipse we applied, maximum distortion energy. Any difficult component also we are going to applying of this one. See MPEST means that maximum principle stress theory. Stress theory. So here we are applied in rhombus. Okay. So now we can see that here note a semi-major axis of the ellipse under root of 2 SYT, semi-minor axis of the ellipse root of 2 by 3 SYT. As the area bounded by the curve increases, failure stresses increases, thereby decreases the dimensions of the hostel safety. In all the quadrants, area bounded by that maximum distortion energy theory curve is greater than that area bounded by that maximum shear stress theory under that curve. So hence we are going to concluding for this safe design is dimensions of MDET is less than dimensions of MEET, MSST. So that is the thing over here. So now we can see that ellipse. How that ellipse direction will be there, we can observe. So for generally we are note in this ellipse for major axis for the ellipse is SYT divided by under root of 1 minus u. Semi-major minor axis, that is a major axis. This is a minor axis of ellipse angle, that is equal to SYT under root of 1 minus 1 plus mu. Mu, what is a mu? Mu is nothing but coefficient of friction. Coefficient of friction. Mu is that coefficient of friction. So I referred introduction divided by to machine design by Bhandari, VB Bhandari, and NPTEL some of the contents and videos I referred. Okay. So you prepare well for this one and do that one. So ellipse. So once again, this SYT maximum principal strain theory, we are going to dividing, just I am recalling. So this sigma 1 minus mu into sigma 2, that is equal to SYT. Tau minus mu into minus of tau is equal to SYT. That is tau into 1 plus mu, that is equal to SYT. SYS is equal to SYT divided by 1 plus mu. For mu consideration for this maximum principal strain theory is maximum principal strain theory, we have to consider mu, that is 0.3, and this ratio is yield stress and yield tensile and yield shear. We are going to considering that the ratio is 0.77. Otherwise the ratio will come less than that. Otherwise the component design is not safe. Component design is not safe for that one. Okay, thank you for this. I am going to ending this theories of failure. Thank you.